fasting also has got a great advantage. It reduces conflict, which is very important. A fasting person has no desire to fight with anybody. I don't want to fight with you. I am fasting, you are fasting. Both of us are fasting. We don't want to fight. So, fasting also is a great helper in reducing conflict. Now, conflict cannot be eliminated in the world. Conflict is a part of humanity. Right from the beginning when the universe was created, as Sufi says, every atom has been clashing with every other atom. The very birth of the sun, the birth of the earth, all have come out as a result of clashes in the universe. The violence of the universe was what created the sun, the moon, the stars, the galaxies, the quasars, and whatever. So violence has been inherent in the creation of the universe itself. And human beings also, over a period of time, all along, since the days of the hunter-gatherer, the forager, the history of mankind is full of conflict. Nature also has got conflict. Good and evil are always clashing with each other. God and Satan are always fighting with each other. Ram would not have been Ram, but for Ravan. Ravan was needed for Ram's goodness to come out. So Ram and Ravan were always there. Krishna and Kansa was always there. So all these Muhammad and the devil was always there. So right from the beginning, whether it is religion, whether it is philosophy, whether it is sociology, conflict has been an inherent part of the universe. Rumi put it so beautifully. He said, Sulhe azdadast umre unjaha. The life of this world for a human being is an eternal activity to bring about reconciliation between opposites. So, human beings' duty and responsibility is to bring about reconciliation between opposites, between religious conflicts, political conflicts, sociological conflicts, ethnic conflicts, caste conflicts, communal conflicts. You've got so many kinds of conflicts. And what is your responsibility as a human being? Every human being, according to the Sufi philosophy, according to Rumi, it is your responsibility and duty to bring about sulh azdab. He uses the word sulh. Sulh means peace. You are expected to bring about peace between these conflicting ideas, between these conflicting groups, between these fighting groups. And you should spend your sulh azdab as umre in jahan. That means your whole life should be devoted at every stage to bring about peace between these warring ideologies, between these warring individuals. Why should you do that? What is the philosophy? Rumi says that even though conflict has been inherent in the creation of the universe, in the creation of mankind, you must also remember that God, Allah says, Inna khalaqnakum min lawlatin munsa'u ummatin wahida. God created mankind as one single community. This is what the Quran says. This is what Islam says. That you are all created as one single community. From one single man and one single woman. And your origin took place from that, right from the beginning. The Upanishads talk about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one community. The teacher of Rama, Vasishtha. Vasishtha, in his Yoga Vasishtha, teaches Rama, don't say that you have no responsibility to areas. They are all your brothers. Every human being is your brother. This is what Vasishtha taught. If you read the Yoga Vasishtha, this is one of the greatest lessons taught in Yoga Vasishtha by Vasishtha to Ram. That all human beings are your brothers. Not only that, Yoga Vasishtha says that even the animals of the forest are your brothers. You don't stop with human beings alone. The animals of your forest are your relatives, are your kin. This is what you find in Yoga. So, the Sufis taught it, Vasishtha, the sages, Rishis taught it, Jesus Christ taught it, the Old Testament taught it. All these great religious books teach you that though conflict may be there, but you have been created as a single community. You are all the children of the original man, and therefore you shall not fight with each other, you should not kill each other. The Quran says that taking the life of a single innocent life, taking away of the single innocent life, is like killing the whole humanity. If you kill one single person, Quran says, you are killing the whole humanity. And if you save the life of a single innocent person, it is as though you have saved the whole humanity. Why again? Why is there religious conflict then if this is the reality? If the Quran says that you should not take away the life of a single person, then why is ISIS behaving like what they are behaving in Syria, and why Iraq, where you have the terrorists killing innocent people, killing Muslims themselves, even non-Muslims, they are killing Muslims. Why is that happening? Why are people just walking into a church and shooting down people in America? Why are people walking into a school and killing innocent school children? Shooting. Which is happening. In India it is happening. Somebody blasts a bomb. Look at what happened in Pathankote. Somebody comes in and kills innocent people there. Why is this happening if the concept has been there in religion of Vasudeva Kutumbakam or Ummatan Vahida? It has come in because human beings have that conflict built into their nature. Their historic conflict is in their blood. It has, just as I mentioned, that devil is flowing through their veins. In human beings' veins, the devil is flowing. Unless we have resort to the belief in what our original Sanatana Dharma teaches us, what Sufism teaches us, to control that chitta vritti. Advaitha says, what is yoga? Yoga is chitta vritti nirodha. You have to control your chitta vritti, your heart's inclination, your nafse amara. That heart's inclination to growth. You want to be angry, you want to be greedy, you want to be lustful, you want to be gluttonous. Unless you control those things, you are going to commit these kinds of activity, killing people, murdering people, taking innocent lives in the name of religion. So what is the solution? Sufis talk and Rumi talks particularly. And I love that simile which Rumi has mentioned. He says, in a room, you have got tens of lamps. Each lamp has got a different shape. One is made of copper, the other is made of iron, the third is an earthen lamp. There are different shapes, different material they have been built, different oils are there inside those lamps. But the light of all those lamps mingles together to light this room. Can you distinguish that this light, this part of the light is from that lamp and this light is from that lamp? Rumi says you cannot. Because light is one, the lamps may be different. So all religions are like that, whether it is Islam or Hinduism or Christianity or Judaism, they are all lamps which have lit this world, have given light to this world. And you cannot distinguish this light, you cannot divide this light and say that this part of the light comes from this lamp and that part of the light comes from that lamp. This is what Sufism teaches us. This is what Rumi taught us in a very great simile, which the other day I quoted in Srinagar when I was talking about the philosophy of Sufism. How Sufism is relevant to today's world. How is it relevant to you and me? Because Sufism teaches us to go beyond these differences which we have got with each other. Rumi has got a very beautiful passage. He says, he puts this in the mouth of God, Allah. He says, I gave you the Quran to teach you to lead a good life. And he says to the interpreters of the Quran, I gave you the knowledge to interpret the Quran for the common people. However, if your tools of interpretation are going to bring about hatred amongst people, going to bring about enmity amongst people, my friend, destroy that tool, he says. Don't keep that tool which is going to bring about hatred amongst people, it brings enmity amongst people. In one of the most beautiful stories in Rumi's Masnavi, Moses, the prophet, and I think I have quoted this story here also in some of my earlier occasions. Moses was walking along on the road, and there was a poor shepherd sitting on the roadside, and he was looking up to heavens and said, "Oh God, why don't you come down? I want to serve you. I want to stitch some nice shoes for you. I want to take away the lice from your hair. I want to wash your clothes and put them on to you. Please come down, please come down." He was very, very sincerely praying to God to come down so that he could serve God. Moses got very angry. Moses said, "You blasphemer, what are you talking about? You think God needs your services of a chappal and shoes for his feet? God needs the clothes which you want to stitch for him? And you think God has got lice in his hair and you want to remove the lice from his hair? You are blaspheming God." The shepherd got abashed and stood up and said, "I am very, very sorry, Prophet, I regret having done that," and he walked away. In a self-satisfied manner, Moses was walking away. Then the voice came from heaven, "Oh Moses, what have you done? You have driven away my most sincere devotee. He was devoted to me. He was praying to me in his own language, in his own way, in his own sincere way. He was praying to me. But you have driven him away. I did not send you as a prophet to drive a wedge between me and my devotees. I sent you down to bring people to me, closer to me." And in a very beautiful passage it says, "Hindwara istilahe Hind bal, Sindhyara istilahe Sindh bal." For the people of India, the language of India is most commendable. For the people of Sindh, the language of Sindh is most commendable. This is what God tells Moses. I do not look at in what language you are praying to me. I look deep into your heart. How sincere are you in your prayer to me? This is a very, very beautiful story in Masnavi, Moses and the shepherd. This is the fundamental part. That if you believe in this sincerely, if all of us sincerely believe in this, that Hindwara istilahe Hindmat, Sindhyara istilahe Sindhmat. For the Muslims, the language of Islam is most commendable. For the language of Hindus, the language of Hinduism is most commendable. For the language of Buddhists, it is the Buddhist language which is most commendable. We have no right to go out telling you are wrong, I am right. All are right, as Ruby said. These are all lamps which are giving light to this world together. And this world has been lightened over centuries by the presence of all these religions. They have contributed to bring about whatever progress that has taken place. It is not science, it is not technology. It is humanity which has progressed to this extent because of what sincere religion has contributed. Today, we are actually on the brink. So much conflict is going on in the world. If all of us really do not sincerely believe in the oneness of humanity, I'm not talking about only oneness of India or oneness of England or America, oneness of humanity as a whole, if we do not start looking at all people as my kin, as Vashishta taught Ram, that everyone is your brother in this universe, including the animals and the trees and so on, because ecology you have to protect. Unless you believe that they are also your kith and kin, you will be destroying this world sooner than later, and what you will be leaving behind for your children will be a barren land where nothing grows, there will be no water, there will be nothing to eat, no food will grow. So conflict has to be controlled. Conflict cannot be eliminated because it is there in the nature of the universe. But conflict can be controlled. Conflict can be reconciled. People can be brought together in understanding and appreciation. You cannot, what somebody, Atabek of Turkey approached Rumi and he said, Master, I am being advised that I must give my daughter in marriage to the Mongol chief who was attacking Konya. If I give my daughter to the Mongol chief and accept his religion and he accepts my religion, all the world will then become a single religion. There will be no conflict left. Rumi replied that since the beginning of mankind, religions in diverse manner have always existed. And the religions in diverse manner are going to exist for all time to come until this earth exists. That is, you are not going to eliminate religions. That's a foolish endeavor. What is required is to believe that all religions have got validity in their own right. And all you have to believe is that these conflicts between religions have to be reconciled on a continuous basis. As Rumi said, Sulhe azda dast, umre eid. Thank you very much. Is that okay? Any questions anybody would like to ask? Any discussions, any questions? Because I have talked a little revolutionary ideas from Sufism. You see, we are still not accepting the validity of all religions. We still believe that my religion of Hinduism is greater than the religion of Islam. The Christian evangelists say that the God of Islam requires to be removed, destroyed. Quran requires to be destroyed. They denigrate Hinduism. They take the images of Hindu gods and put it on their chappals and their underwears. That kind of hatred for other religions is still inherent. That requires to be destroyed. That belief in the superiority of one religion over the other religion, that has to be destroyed. You have to accept that all religions, as Rumi said, are lamps which have given light to this world. Thank you.